apparently right now there's what they're deeming as a culture of fear at Disney. You remember the recent layoffs? It was like 7,000 people. I believe there was a little layoffs there before as well. Now that's been happening. There's been big layoffs with massive companies, but especially within entertainment, you're seeing a lot of that because the economics, everybody's trying to restructure. You had a lot of people banking on streaming services and all that after the success that maybe they had seen before, namely Disney, and they're seeing that that was not a worthwhile investment, or it's not getting a return that they initially thought. Maybe they're overspending. Either way, they're reassessing all of their the way that they spend money. And we know with Bob Iger, well, Chapek talked about it too when he was still CEO. Bob Iger's talked about kind of focusing more on making money, and this was going to result in, of course, layoffs. Now you see 7,000 people laying off. I guess this is the culture being laid off. This is the culture that is kind of getting created with this. And I mean, anybody that's been working jobs, you understand, especially if y'all worked during the COVID days and you maybe saw those layoffs start to and furloughs start to kick in. And I can imagine how on edge you were, because you're like, is it going to be me? And apparently you're seeing a similar situation right there, as this culture of fear is going to continue. It says a viral LinkedIn post that purports to be from a recently laid off Disney employee paints a picture of sadness and despair, with former employee saying she is still in denial about her situation. At ABC News, a culture of fear has descended upon the organization, with some saying the layoffs are being used as a pretext for settling some old scores. Or maybe a lot of y'all, maybe some of y'all even have fake jobs. I don't know. The LinkedIn post comes from a woman identified as Jeanette L., who claims to have worked in a division called Disney Streaming Advanced Research. Yeah, I'd imagine you guys are getting fired. If that was your actual division that you worked in, of course you guys are getting fired, considering that in that last quarter you guys lost $2.5 billion. Yeah, I can imagine that people are like, yeah, we're wasting money here, because the research that you guys are doing isn't really lending us support. It's not getting us support. It's not getting us money. We can't turn these subscribers into a profit and all of that. Say, Disney is my dream workplace, she wrote. I am proud and beyond grateful to have landed within this group. Unfortunately, my entire department has been impacted by the Disney layoffs, and my Disney journey must come to an end. And we covered, of course, the 7,000 workers that were impacted. She concluded, this is that worker, as I begin to regroup and take a moment to process what's next for me. If you see any roles that would be a good fit for my background as a front-end engineer, please let me know. It will be much appreciated. Culture of fear is what they're calling it, with the Post reporting that ABC News president Kim Godwin is the source of the plunge in morale. And let me be fair, like, that's not anything that's abnormal. Yeah, when a bunch of people get fired, it's going to make the company itself feel some kind of way. People are going to be on edge. Can they even do their best work working under those conditions? Probably not. But yeah, that's the reality of the situation. Now, when it comes to Disney as a company, there's a lot of this is stuff that they've done on themselves. And maybe when it comes to the research, maybe when it comes to all the other things that, I don't know, they have these jobs within these companies that maybe aren't as useful, or maybe they are useful, but they don't have people that are in those roles that are actually like identifying markets accurately. And that can, of course, result in loss of money. So when you come from a state, like definitely when Disney couldn't, there was a point in time where Disney just couldn't really miss. You had the Marvel Cinematic Universe and its growth. You're in a good spot. But when you go from that and then you start getting a bunch of failures, but you're still spending as if you're seeing that success that you were before, yeah, that's going to, the economics have to match. And I think that's what's happening with not just Disney, a bunch of different companies, where they're starting to realign themselves and reassess sort of what's happening here. And I think you're going to see more of it. It's not just going to be a Disney thing, as movies aren't doing as good as they maybe once were, and companies have gone all in on appealing to a demographic of absolute weirdos. If you enjoyed this video and want to support other content, please become a member at ericdjuly.com. This is my own unique platform that replaced my Patreon. Our Ultramax, which is our highest tier, gets free shipping domestically even with Rippaverse orders and are able to redeem the Creators Edition copy of ISOM #1. You can move up and down tiers or cancel at any time. Also visit Rippaverse.com. This is my comic book company that launched a $3.7 million campaign. We appreciate your support.